ordinance in Tolono is holding parents accountable for what their kids are doing, and it could cost them hundreds of dollars. Our Brianna Moreland sat down with Tolono's village president to find out what kind of trouble kids have been causing and why the board felt it was time to take action. Brianna?
I'm here at Eastside Park in Tolono, where the village president tells me some vandalism went on by kids in the community. If kids are caught vandalizing, causing trouble, or breaking village rules, their parents could be hit with fines up to $750. The village board unanimously passed a parental responsibility ordinance last week. Officials say they had enough of disruptive behavior from local minors. Village President Terrence Stuber says kids have been banging on doors late at night, disturbing families, and even walking into people's homes uninvited.
We got to a point where we had to do something, and the best thing right now is to hold the parents responsible. It gives us an option that does not include criminal records.
Under the new ordinance, fines start at $250 for the first offense. Then they jump to $500 for the second and max out at $750 for a third violation, all within a 12-month span. And if parents don't pay up, the village says they'll work with the state to have parents charged on their tax return. Live in Tolono, working for you, I'm Brianna Moreland.
Thanks, Brianna. Now, coming up tonight at 9, you can find out how Tolono officials plan to ensure the fines are applied fairly across the board.
Now to a developing story. A new ordinance in Tolono is putting parents on the hook for their kids' behavior. If their child steps out of line, it could come with a hefty price tag. Our Brianna Moreland found out how officials plan to make sure the new fines are enforced fairly. Brianna?
Under Tolono's new parental responsibility ordinance, parents could be fined if their child is caught vandalizing property, trespassing, committing animal cruelty, or other offenses. Fines start at $250 for the first violation and top out at $750 for a third, all within a 12-month period.
Parents should know what their children are doing, where their children are, who their children are hanging out with. And if they're not going to do that, we now have a mechanism to help them do that.
Village President Terrence Stuber says for years the village has dealt with kids breaking into cars, walking in strangers' homes, and even exploding mailboxes.
We've had people at midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, banging on people's doors, scaring their children, scaring their animals. We've had young people throwing mortars, fireworks, over a fence and almost killing the animals that live at that house.
Stuber says this new ordinance helps parents curb behavior early on and gives every minor an opportunity for success. He also says the village of Tolono doesn't currently have any programs for young people to participate in.
As a whole, we're still working those things out. There's a lot more that can be done, and this was just a first step.
To make sure the fines are applied fairly, Stuber says the community has to help hold young people accountable.
If you choose not to speak up, these kinds of things will continue to happen. So people's doorbell cameras, that can be used as evidence. That has actually been used in the past.
He hopes it never gets to the point where he has to issue a fine. While in Tolono, I spoke with several residents off camera who say they support the ordinance and believe it's time for parents to take more responsibility to help keep the community safe and looking good. Working for you, I'm Brianna Moreland.
Thank you, Brianna. You can read that full ordinance and get more details on our website. And we took to Facebook to see what you think about these proposed fines. So far, over 90% of you say yes, it's a good idea. Head to our Facebook page to share your vote.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox Illinois.